Welcome back. Today we're going to be installing more AWR goodies, and this time it is weld-on rear subframe tabs. So the 90 to 93 rear subframes do not come with the tabs that work with that ladder brace that you've seen on 1/8. I believe these are actually from Mazda, but AWR sells these. They are tabs that you weld onto your 90 to 93 subframe. They make it so that you can use a ladder brace. It comes with 4 of these, which are what weld onto the actual subframe, and 2 of these, which are what you would weld into the car. We're not going to be installing these because we're not actually welding these in for a subframe ladder. We're welding these in for something you'll see in a couple episodes here. We're going to focus on these 4 items. This is what comes with the kit, all the hardware you need to install the subframe ladder, actually, which is really nice. And then it also comes with obviously all the parts you got to weld on. To do this properly, you will want to get your hands on a subframe ladder brace. These are from, I believe, 95 or 94 to 2005. They are what bolts up to the bottom of the car like this. Put a picture up, obviously, what that looks like when it's installed. The tabs, you'll put them on here. You'll bolt them to the ladder brace. I'll show you this in a minute. Put it up to here, and you would just mark the locations like I've already done of where you're going to need to weld, or in our case, remove paint and then weld. So we've got Cam's ladder brace mocked up, and it's all held in with magnets. The braces are all in, and I've marked them all with Sharpie where I've got to remove the PR15 that we prematurely put on here. So I'm going to take this all apart and then grind that all back, and I'll use like magnets like this when you go to jig it up to weld it back together. But you can see they all face out, so it's the center cut, and then the bolt is away on all 4 corners. So unless you have a ladder brace, you'll need a ladder brace to do this, otherwise you won't get it done correctly. And the little tabs here on the wings sit below the top surface of that, so they don't actually, I thought they sat on top, they sit below. So now that we've got those all set, we're going to grind all this material back so that I can weld the tabs on without pulling in the paint, and then we'll lay it all over with a coat of black again, just so that it looks nice. So I got all the paint ground back pretty much as well as I could. There's some tight spots in there that make it a little weird with the angle grinder, so I followed it with a Dremel. These welds aren't gonna be pretty, that's for sure, but the next step now is we're gonna put it back to how it was a minute ago with the ladder brace and just have it all jigged up. That way I can just tack them all into place where they need to be. If I just rely on kind of hoping, well, that's not even the right piece, but hoping that I get it in the right spot, it could be off in some sort of angle or too far forward, too far back. So this is all jigged up more or less, a bunch of magnets and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and tack where it's easiest, like over here. Totally forgot to grind that, so that's gonna suck. Tack in all the spots that I can, and then I'll move things around just to make it fit perfectly, and we'll be good to go. Freestanding, as you can see, the only one that's a little bad is this one. There's quite the gap there. Probably gonna hammer it in or hammer it out or whatever, but for what we need, honestly, tacking's probably enough, but what I'm gonna do is chase through, obviously, and weld all the 4 contact points for everything, flip it over, do it from the inside because that seems to be the easiest for the center tabs, but the outer tabs I'm gonna do from this position. Super hot and definitely not my best work by any means. Some of the gaps are pretty big. This would be the perfect job for MIG welder because you can just kind of spray and pray. But it's all set up. I'm gonna let it cool off, and then I'm just gonna spray it all black. We're not gonna PR seeing all this stuff again. So spray it all black. This will be good to go. Kind of tedious with hooking up the things with the ladder and whatnot. Definitely recommend having 2 people to do this job. But I was definitely a little overwhelmed to make sure I got them right. Everything looks good and painted black. It looks just like the one under my car that was factory. So I'm happy with this, and we're gonna show you in a couple episodes here in the future why we welded these on, and it's gonna be sick. So big shout out to AWR again for coming through with parts for us. You guys are fantastic. We really appreciate the support. If you guys use the code NAPPMOTO, it's here somewhere, it will get you 10% off your order anytime for the website. So do that. Make sure you let them know we sent you. Use that code. Get yourself some sweet parts, and we'll see you next time. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.
You're good to go, my friend. Just make sure to speak up.